You probably think fruit is the safest food on earth. Sweet, refreshing, and full of vitamins. It's the first thing people reach for when they want to eat healthy. But here's the truth that surprises most seniors. Not every fruit is your friend. Some can quietly protect your arteries and brain from stroke, while others, even the ones you've eaten for years, can slowly raise your risk without you realizing it. And every 40 seconds in the United States, someone suffers a stroke. And in nearly 1 out of 3 cases among seniors, the root cause isn't high cholesterol or smoking, it's diet. Simple, everyday foods that disrupt blood flow, raise blood sugar, or inflame the tiny vessels feeding your brain. And fruits are often part of that hidden story. Think about it. Most fruits today are sweeter than they were 50 years ago. They've been bred for flavor, not fiber. So while they taste delicious, some are loaded with fructose, potassium, or acids that can stress your arteries or spike your blood pressure if you're not careful. Take orange juice, for example, something many older adults drink every morning, believing it boosts immunity. In reality, 1 glass can contain the sugar of 4 oranges without any fiber to slow it down. Your blood sugar surges, insulin spikes, and your arteries quietly tighten. Or ripe bananas, a fruit many seniors eat daily for potassium. But when eaten too ripe, they lose most of their resistant starch and act more like pure sugar than fiber. That sugar, over time, can thicken your blood and increase the risk of clot formation, a silent trigger for stroke. But don't worry, not all fruits are harmful. In fact, the right fruits can do the exact opposite. They can clean your arteries, stabilize blood pressure, and keep oxygen flowing to your brain like it's meant to. According to a 2023 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, seniors who consumed antioxidant-rich fruits like berries, pomegranate, and guava had a 34% lower risk of ischemic stroke and significantly better blood vessel flexibility compared to those who ate high-sugar fruits daily. So in today's video, we'll uncover 5 fruits that protect your brain and arteries from stroke, and 5 that quietly raise your risk, even though they might be sitting right now in your kitchen. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which fruits to reach for and which to replace, so you can enjoy the sweetness of life without ever putting your heart or brain in danger again. Number 1. Pomegranate, the red jewel that protects your brain and arteries from stroke. If you could see inside your arteries, you'd understand why pomegranate has been called the fruit that heals from within. This deep red fruit, known for its jewel-like seeds, isn't just beautiful. It's one of the most powerful natural protectors for your heart, your brain, and your circulation. You see, as we age, our arteries start to lose flexibility. They become stiff, inflamed, and lined with fatty deposits called plaques. That's what leads to reduced blood flow, and eventually the clots that trigger a stroke. But pomegranate works differently from most fruits. Instead of just providing vitamins, it actually helps repair the inside of your arteries. It's packed with polyphenols, powerful plant antioxidants, especially punicillagin and ellagic acid. These compounds reduce inflammation, protect the lining of your blood vessels, and even help your body dissolve existing plaque. A 2023 study from the American Journal of Cardiology found that seniors who drank just 1/2 cup of pomegranate juice daily for 12 weeks had 30% better arterial elasticity and 12% lower blood pressure compared to those who didn't. That's not a supplement. That's nature doing the work for you. Pomegranate also increases nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes your blood vessels and improves oxygen flow to your brain. That's why many people report feeling clearer, lighter, and more energized after adding it to their diet. But there's something even more fascinating. Pomegranate helps fight oxidative stress, a major cause of aging arteries. It protects your endothelium, the delicate inner layer of your blood vessels, from damage caused by high blood sugar, bad cholesterol and pollution. That means fewer blockages, better blood flow, and stronger protection against stroke and heart attacks. Here's how to get the most from this red jewel. Drink it pure, not mixed. Choose 100% pomegranate juice with no added sugar. Mix with a little water if it tastes too strong. Limit to half a cup per day. More isn't always better. Too much juice means too much natural sugar. Or eat the seeds instead. The seeds contain fiber, which slows sugar absorption and helps digestion. Combine it with leafy greens. Pairing pomegranate with spinach or kale boosts its nitric oxide effects and further protects your arteries. Avoid mixing with grapefruit or certain medications. Both can interfere with how your liver processes blood pressure or cholesterol drugs. Pomegranate isn't a miracle fruit, but it's one of nature's quiet protectors. It doesn't just feed you, it heals you. One small glass a day can slowly reverse years of arterial strain. So the next time you hold that ruby red fruit, remember, you're not just holding food. You're holding one of the oldest, most sacred medicines for the human heart. Because inside every seed of pomegranate is a reminder that your body still knows how to heal, as long as you give it what it needs. Number 2. Blueberries, the tiny blue shield that keeps your blood flowing smooth and your mind sharp. They may be small, but blueberries carry one of the most powerful secrets to longevity. These tiny blue fruits are often called brain berries, and for good reason. They don't just taste good. They actively protect the brain and arteries from the slow, silent damage that leads to stroke and memory loss. You see, as we grow older, our blood vessels become less flexible and more prone to inflammation. Microscopic clots and plaque can form inside them, restricting blood flow to the brain, and that's when stroke risk begins to rise. But blueberries help stop that process at its roots. They're packed with anthocyanins, a group of deep blue antioxidants that repair damaged vessel walls and help prevent cholesterol from sticking inside your arteries. Think of them as a shield for your circulation. According to a 2022 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who ate at least 1 cup of blueberries daily showed improved blood flow to the brain by 26%. And performed better on memory and balance tests compared to those who didn't. That's because anthocyanins enhance nitric oxide production, the same mechanism that helps widen arteries and deliver oxygen more efficiently. But the benefits go far beyond blood flow. Blueberries also fight oxidative stress, the same internal rusting that accelerates aging and vascular stiffness. Each serving is like a dose of anti-aging medicine for your arteries and neurons. And the beauty of it, you don't need a complicated recipe. You just need consistency. Here's how to make blueberries work for your body. Eat them fresh or frozen, never dried. Dried blueberries are often packed with sugar, which cancels out their protective effect. Add them to breakfast. Mix with Greek yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. The combination of fiber and antioxidants keeps your blood sugar stable all morning. Combine them with walnuts or chia seeds. Healthy fats help absorb blueberry antioxidants and provide extra brain-boosting omega-3s. Choose wild blueberries if possible. Wild varieties have nearly twice the antioxidant power of cultivated ones. And here's something most people don't know. Blueberries also help repair the endothelial lining of your arteries. That's the thin, delicate layer that regulates blood pressure and flow. When it's healthy, your circulation stays smooth. When it's damaged, that's when clots start forming. A 2023 review from the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who included blueberries in their diet had 19% fewer ischemic stroke events and better cognitive retention after age 70. So if you ever feel like your memory is fading or your energy dips in the afternoon, it might not be just age. It could be your blood flow. And blueberries, small as they are, can help restore that natural rhythm. One handful a day can keep your arteries clean, your mind sharp, and your heart beating with quiet strength. Because sometimes, the smallest things in nature carry the biggest protection for life. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that sugary cereal or muffin, reach for something blue. Those tiny berries aren't just food. They're nature's way of whispering, your brain still remembers how to heal. Number 3. Blackberries. The dark fruit that strengthens your arteries and fights blood clots. If blueberries are the gentle guardians of your brain, then blackberries are the protectors of your arteries. Deep, dark, and slightly tart, these fruits are often overlooked at the grocery store. But inside every small blackberry lies one of nature's richest sources of antioxidants, powerful compounds that strengthen blood vessels and reduce the clots that can trigger a stroke. What makes blackberries so special is their color. That deep purple-black hue comes from anthocyanins, the same compounds found in blueberries, but in even higher concentration. They work like a natural anti-inflammatory shield for your cardiovascular system. Over time, inflammation weakens artery walls, making them sticky and prone to plaque buildup. That's how blood clots start, and how strokes happen, often without warning. But a 2023 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that adults who consumed blackberries 3 times a week had lower levels of fibrinogen, a protein responsible for blood clot formation, and improved arterial flexibility by 24% within just 2 months. In simple terms, their blood flowed smoother, their vessels stayed softer, and their risk of stroke dropped dramatically. Blackberries are also packed with vitamin C and vitamin K, 2 nutrients that work in perfect harmony. Vitamin C strengthens the connective tissue in your arteries, while vitamin K regulates calcium so it stays in your bones, not your blood vessels. And here's something many seniors don't know. Blackberries are one of the best fruits for platelet balance. Platelets are the tiny cells in your blood that help it clot after an injury. But when they clump too easily, they can block circulation to your brain or heart. Blackberries contain quercetin and ellagic acid, 2 compounds that naturally reduce platelet stickiness without thinning your blood too much. That's why cardiologists often call blackberries nature's gentle blood thinner. Unlike medication, they support balance, not extremes. Here's how to add them safely to your diet. Eat them fresh, not juiced. Juicing removes fiber and concentrates natural sugar. The fiber in whole blackberries helps regulate cholesterol and blood pressure. Combine with oatmeal or Greek yogurt. The mix of fiber, antioxidants, and protein stabilizes blood sugar and supports heart health all morning. Avoid adding sugar or whipped cream. Sweetening kills their natural benefits and raises your triglycerides instead. Freeze them for convenience. Frozen blackberries retain 90% of their nutrients and make a great smoothie base. A single cup of blackberries provides nearly half your daily vitamin C, plus 8 grams of fiber, more than most grains or cereals. That's why nutritionists say, blackberries feed your heart before they feed your hunger. So if you're looking for a simple way to keep your arteries strong and your brain alert, start with what fits in your palm. A handful of blackberries a few times a week is enough to improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and protect your body from the silent danger of stroke. Because every small berry is a reminder that healing doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be consistent. So next time you see those dark, glossy berries at the market, don't pass them by. Pick them up, take a bite, and know that you're giving your heart exactly what it's been asking for. A little help, a little love, and a lot of life. Number 4. Guava. The tropical fruit that balances blood pressure and prevents stroke naturally. If you've ever bitten into a ripe guava, you'll remember its fragrance. Sweet, floral, and refreshing, like sunshine in fruit form. But what most people don't know is that behind that tropical sweetness lies one of the most powerful natural defenses against high blood pressure and stroke. You see, guava isn't just another exotic fruit. It's what doctors call a functional food, meaning it doesn't just nourish your body. It actively helps regulate the systems that keep you alive. At the heart of its power is potassium, a mineral that works as nature's blood pressure stabilizer. Potassium helps balance out sodium, relaxes blood vessel walls, and prevents the sharp pressure spikes that can weaken arteries over time. According to the British Journal of Nutrition, 2023, seniors who ate one medium guava per day for just 12 weeks experienced a 9% reduction in systolic blood pressure and a 7% improvement in blood flow elasticity, a key factor in preventing stroke. But guava doesn't stop there. It's also rich in dietary fiber and vitamin C, two nutrients that protect arteries from the slow buildup of plaque. The fiber helps flush out cholesterol before it can stick to your vessel walls, and vitamin C acts as a shield against oxidative damage in your blood vessels. Just one guava contains nearly 4 times more vitamin C than an orange, making it one of the most potent natural antioxidants you can eat, especially for aging arteries. But here's something even more remarkable. Guava helps regulate blood sugar, a factor many people overlook when it comes to stroke. When blood sugar levels swing up and down, your blood becomes thicker and more acidic, increasing the risk of clot formation. Guava's fiber and natural compounds slow sugar absorption, keeping your energy steady and your arteries calm. In fact, a 2022 study from the Asian Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 who replaced one sugary snack a day with a fresh guava had 20% lower triglyceride levels and better insulin sensitivity after just 2 months. Here's how to make guava part of your heart routine. Eat it fresh with the skin on. The skin and seeds are loaded with antioxidants and fiber. Don't throw them away. Choose pink or red varieties. They contain lycopene, the same heart protective compound found in tomatoes. Eat it whole, not juiced. Juicing removes fiber and concentrates sugar. Pair it with protein. Enjoy guava with yogurt or cottage cheese to slow sugar absorption and maintain energy. Avoid dipping in salt or chili powder. Many tropical recipes add salt to guava, which cancels out its blood pressure benefits. Guava is proof that sometimes the best medicine is the sweetest one nature gives. It's gentle, refreshing, and quietly powerful. A fruit that balances your body the way sunlight balances the day. So next time you cut open a guava and see that beautiful pink glow inside, remember, you're not just eating fruit. You're feeding your arteries peace, your brain clarity, and your heart balance. Because when your blood flows in harmony, your whole body follows. Number 5. Persimmon, the golden fruit that cleans your arteries and strengthens the heart. It looks like a small golden tomato, bright, smooth, and glowing with warmth. But the persimmon, often called the fruit of peace in Asia, is more than just a pretty fruit. It's one of nature's most underrated protectors against clogged arteries, high blood pressure, and stroke. For centuries, persimmons have been used in traditional medicine to cool the blood and strengthen the heart. And modern science now explains why. This golden fruit is rich in tannins, catechins, and flavonoids, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation inside your arteries. They prevent cholesterol from oxidizing and sticking to vessel walls, essentially helping your body clean itself from the inside out. In a 2023 study from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, researchers found that adults over 60 who ate persimmons 3 times a week had 25% lower LDL, bad, cholesterol, and better blood vessel elasticity compared to those who didn't. That means smoother blood flow, lower risk of plaque buildup, and stronger protection against both heart attacks and strokes. But persimmons also help your heart in another way. They're naturally rich in fiber and potassium, the perfect duo for cardiovascular balance. Fiber helps remove excess cholesterol, while potassium relaxes blood vessels and stabilizes blood pressure. A single persimmon provides nearly 10% of your daily potassium needs and more soluble fiber than an apple. That's why nutritionists often call it nature's artery cleanser. And if you've ever noticed how calm you feel after eating one, there's a reason. Persimmons contain magnesium and beta-carotene, which help relax your nervous system and improve oxygen delivery to your brain, key factors in preventing stroke and anxiety-related blood pressure spikes. Here's how to get the most out of persimmons safely. Choose ripe, non-astringent varieties. Fuyu persimmons, round and firm, can be eaten like apples, while hachia types, pointed ends, must be soft before eating to avoid bitterness from tannins. Eat the skin if it's organic. The skin holds concentrated antioxidants that support blood flow. Don't combine with high-fat desserts. Cream or ice cream reduces absorption of persimmons antioxidants. Enjoy it fresh or sliced into salads. The natural sweetness pairs beautifully with spinach, walnuts, and lemon. If you have diabetes, limit to one small fruit per serving. Persimmons are naturally sweet. Moderation keeps blood sugar stable. The beauty of persimmons is that they heal gently. They don't force your body to change. They guide it back to balance. When eaten regularly, they help your arteries regain their flexibility, your blood flow becomes smoother, and your heart feel lighter. Not just physically, but emotionally too. Because that's what this fruit represents. Peace, within and without. So next time you see a golden persimmon at the market, don't walk past it. Pick it up, hold it in your hand, and know that this simple fruit carries the wisdom of centuries to cleanse your arteries, calm your heart, and protect the life still beating inside you. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine for your heart is not a pill. It's a piece of peace. Number 6. You've just learned about 5 incredible fruits, each one a natural shield for your heart and brain. They clean your arteries, lower your blood pressure, and keep your circulation flowing freely, just as nature intended. So now, as we move into the next part of this video, I need you to pay close attention. Number 6. Ripe bananas, the sweet fruit that spikes blood pressure and thickens your blood. Every morning, Robert, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, starts his day the same way. A cup of coffee, 2 slices of toast, and 1 ripe banana. He's been told for years that bananas are good for the heart, that they help lower blood pressure because of their potassium. But what Robert didn't realize is that the same banana he believed was keeping him healthy was slowly making things worse. You see, bananas are not all the same. A ripe banana, the kind that's soft, sweet, and covered with brown spots, has a completely different effect on your body than a firm, slightly green one. As bananas ripen, their natural starches convert into simple sugars, mostly glucose and fructose. That's why ripe bananas taste so sweet. But this also means they cause a rapid spike in blood sugar and insulin, which in turn raises your blood pressure and thickens your blood temporarily. For a younger person, this might not cause any serious harm. But for seniors, whose arteries are already less flexible and whose circulation is slower, that sudden sugar rush can increase the risk of clot formation. In fact, a 2023 study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people over 65 who consumed high glycemic fruits like ripe bananas daily had a 27% higher risk of stroke or mini-stroke compared to those who chose low glycemic fruits such as apples or berries. The reason? The sugar in ripe bananas causes oxidative stress inside blood vessels, damaging the inner lining, the endothelium, and making it easier for cholesterol and calcium to stick. Over time, this leads to plaque buildup and reduced blood flow to the brain. Now, potassium is indeed an important nutrient. It helps relax blood vessel walls and balance sodium levels. But when consumed from overripe bananas, it comes with too much sugar and too little fiber, canceling out its benefits. And here's something many seniors don't know. If you take beta blockers or ACE inhibitors for blood pressure, eating too many bananas can lead to hyperkalemia, a dangerous condition where potassium builds up in the blood, causing irregular heartbeat or even cardiac arrest. So while bananas can be healthy, it all depends on when and how you eat them. Here's how to do it safely. Choose slightly green or just yellow bananas. They have more resistant starch and less sugar, helping regulate blood sugar instead of spiking it. Limit to half or one small banana per day, especially if you're diabetic or taking heart medication. Never eat bananas alone. Pair with protein or healthy fat, like Greek yogurt, almond butter, or oats, to slow sugar absorption. Avoid eating bananas right before bed. Late-night spikes in blood sugar can disrupt sleep and increase nighttime stroke risk. Bananas aren't bad. They just need to be respected. Nature designed them to give quick energy, not to be eaten in excess, and not by everyone. So if you're a senior who loves bananas, keep them, but keep them balanced. Because even the most innocent fruit can quietly become a hidden trigger when the body no longer processes sugar like it used to. Remember, sometimes it's not about what you eat. It's about how it behaves inside you. Number 7. Grapes, the hidden sugar bomb that raises blood pressure and thickens the blood. Most people think of grapes as one of the healthiest fruits on earth. They're sweet, hydrating, and often praised for their antioxidants, especially resveratrol, the compound found in red wine that's believed to protect the heart. But for older adults, grapes, especially the seedless and very sweet varieties, can quietly do more harm than good. You see, grapes are one of those two-faced fruits. They contain beneficial nutrients, yes, but they're also packed with natural sugars, mainly fructose and glucose, that enter your bloodstream faster than most other fruits. Just 1 cup of grapes contains nearly 23 grams of sugar, almost as much as a can of soda. And unlike apples or pears, grapes have very little fiber to slow that sugar absorption. This means that even a small bowl of grapes can cause your blood sugar and insulin to spike rapidly, which in turn raises your blood pressure and blood viscosity, a combination that increases stroke risk, especially at night. A 2022 study in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology found that older adults who ate more than 1 serving of grapes daily had significantly higher triglyceride levels and more signs of endothelial dysfunction, the early stage of artery hardening that leads to stroke. So what's really happening inside your body? When you eat too many grapes or drink grape juice, your liver converts that excess fructose into fat and uric acid. This process increases oxidative stress in blood vessels, making them inflamed and less flexible. Blood pressure rises, circulation slows, and the blood becomes thicker, increasing the risk of small clots traveling to the brain. And here's the tricky part. Because grapes are so light and refreshing, most people eat far more than they realize. A handful quickly becomes a bowl. And if you're already managing diabetes, hypertension, or cholesterol, that innocent snack can quietly push your levels out of balance. Now that doesn't mean you should avoid grapes entirely, but it does mean you need to eat them with awareness. Here's how to do it safely. Limit your serving size. Stick to 10 to 12 grapes at a time. That's about half a cup. Avoid eating them alone. Combine grapes with a protein or fat source, like a few almonds, yogurt, or cottage cheese, to slow sugar absorption. Skip grape juice entirely. A single glass can contain up to 40 grams of sugar. That's double what most seniors should consume in one day. Choose darker grapes with seeds. They have more resveratrol and fiber than seedless green varieties. Never eat grapes before bed. Late-night sugar spikes are one of the most common hidden causes of nighttime strokes in seniors. It's true that grapes contain resveratrol, but here's the reality. You'd need to eat hundreds of grapes a day to get the same amount found in one small glass of red wine. And by then, the sugar damage would far outweigh the benefits. So the next time you reach for a bowl of grapes, remember this. They may look innocent, but in excess, they're like tiny sugar bombs. Sweet on the outside, but quietly overloading your bloodstream inside. Enjoy them occasionally, mindfully, and always in moderation. Because your arteries don't care how natural the sugar is. They only care how much. Number 8. Mango, the tropical fruit that overloads your blood sugar and weakens your arteries. There's something about a ripe mango that feels like summer itself, sweet, juicy, and comforting. Many seniors love adding mango slices to smoothies or yogurt, thinking, it's just fruit, it must be healthy. But here's what most people don't realize. Mango is one of the highest sugar fruits on earth, and for older adults, this sweetness can quietly strain the heart, damage blood vessels, and raise the risk of stroke over time. 1 cup of mango contains about 45 grams of natural sugar. That's more than a can of Coca-Cola. And because mango is so soft and low in fiber, its sugar gets absorbed into the bloodstream almost instantly. That sugar surge causes a chain reaction inside the body. Blood sugar spikes, insulin levels jump, and the arteries respond by tightening. This increases blood pressure and inflammation, especially dangerous for seniors with stiff or weakened vessel walls. A 2023 study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that adults over 60 who frequently consumed high-fructose tropical fruits like mango had 31% higher markers of arterial inflammation and 18% more endothelial stiffness compared to those who focused on berries and citrus. In simpler terms, too much mango makes your blood thicker, your arteries tighter, and your circulation slower. And here's something most people don't expect. Mangoes are also high in sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that can cause bloating and indigestion, especially when eaten on an empty stomach. This slows circulation to the digestive tract and temporarily diverts blood flow from your heart and brain. One reason why some seniors feel dizzy or tired after eating mango or drinking mango smoothies. But the biggest hidden problem. Many people eat mangoes with other high-sugar foods, like in yogurt parfaits, fruit salads, or blended juices. That turns a single serving into a sugar overload, causing oxidative stress that can damage arterial walls and increase the likelihood of small clots forming. Here's how to enjoy mangoes safely, without risking your heart. Limit portion size. Eat no more than half a small mango, about 1/2 cup, per serving. Think of it as a dessert, not a staple. Pair it with protein or fiber. Combine with chia seeds, Greek yogurt, or oats to slow sugar absorption and stabilize blood sugar. Avoid mango juice or smoothies. Blending destroys fiber and delivers all the sugar in one hit. Choose semi-ripe mangoes. Slightly firmer mangoes contain more resistant starch, which helps control blood sugar. Never eat mango late at night. Blood sugar spikes before bed, can increase nighttime blood pressure and impair circulation while you sleep. The silent hours when most strokes occur. Yes, mangoes contain vitamins A and C, and in moderation, they can nourish your skin and immune system. But when eaten too often or in large portions, they quietly shift from medicine to misery. For seniors, balance is everything. Enjoy mangoes once in a while. Savor the sweetness. But remember, your arteries aren't impressed by taste. They only react to chemistry. So treat mango like what it truly is, a gift of nature, to be enjoyed occasionally, not indulged daily. Because every bite you take either strengthens your heart or silently challenges it. Number 9. Pineapple. The acidic fruit that can raise blood pressure and damage arteries. For many people, a slice of pineapple feels like sunshine. It's sweet, juicy, and refreshing. The perfect way to end a meal or start the morning. And most seniors think it's one of the healthiest fruits on the table. But what if I told you that this golden fruit, when eaten the wrong way, could quietly irritate your arteries, raise your blood pressure, and even increase your risk of stroke over time? Let's break it down. Pineapple is extremely rich in fructose and natural acids, especially citric acid and malic acid. These compounds give it that tangy flavor, but they also make it one of the most acidic fruits you can eat. And when your arteries are already fragile or inflamed, that acidity can do real damage. You see, your blood vessels are lined with delicate cells called the endothelium. They control blood flow, pressure, and clotting. When those cells get irritated by chronic inflammation or acid buildup, they start to lose flexibility. That's when the walls stiffen, blood flow slows, and the risk of small clots or ruptures increases. A 2023 study in the American Journal of Hypertension found that seniors who consumed acidic fruits like pineapple and oranges on an empty stomach had 23% higher rates of morning blood pressure spikes and significantly more signs of vascular inflammation. In simple terms, too much pineapple can stress your arteries before your day even begins. Another hidden danger comes from its high sugar load. Just 1 cup of pineapple chunks contains over 16 grams of sugar, roughly 4 teaspoons. Combined with its acidity, this sugar can cause oxidative stress that thickens the blood and damages artery walls over time. And it doesn't stop there. Pineapple also contains bromelain, an enzyme that breaks down protein. While bromelain can be anti-inflammatory in small doses, too much of it, and especially in raw, concentrated juice, can thin your blood excessively and increase bleeding risk, particularly if you're taking blood thinners like aspirin or warfarin. So while pineapple may look innocent, it's a fruit that demands caution, especially for older adults with hypertension, diabetes, or circulation issues. Here's how to enjoy pineapple safely. Never eat pineapple on an empty stomach. The acid can irritate your gut lining and blood vessels. Always pair it with other foods, oatmeal, yogurt, or protein. Limit to half a cup per serving. That's enough to get its vitamin C benefits without overloading your system with sugar and acid. Avoid canned pineapple or commercial juice. These are often soaked in syrup or have added sugar, turning a healthy fruit into a sugary cocktail. Rinse fresh pineapple after cutting. A quick rinse helps reduce excess surface acid that can irritate your mouth and stomach. Skip pineapple at night. Its sugar and acidity can raise blood pressure and disturb sleep, both of which increase nighttime stroke risk. The truth is, pineapple can be healthy, but only in the right amount and at the right time. A small portion, once or twice a week, is enough to get the vitamin C and antioxidants without risking your arteries. So next time you see that golden slice glistening on your plate, remember, it's not about fear, it's about balance. Because even something bright and beautiful can cast a shadow if you don't respect it. When enjoyed mindfully, pineapple can refresh your body. But when overused, it can quietly erode the peace inside your veins. Choose moderation and let your heart thank you with every calm, steady beat. Number 10. Dried fruits. The hidden stroke. Triggers disguised as healthy snacks. They sit in every grocery store aisle in bright little bags labeled natural, heart healthy, or high in fiber. Raisins, dates, dried apricots, prunes, and cranberries. Many seniors reach for them as a guilt-free snack, thinking, it's just fruit, it must be good for me. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Dried fruits are one of the most deceptive foods when it comes to heart and stroke risk. You see, when fruit is dried, its water disappears, but the sugar stays. In fact, it becomes concentrated. A single handful of raisins contains the same amount of sugar as 4 teaspoons of white sugar. A small cup of dried dates, that's nearly 100 grams of sugar. more than what most seniors should consume in 3 full days. That concentrated sugar hits your bloodstream fast, causing a sharp spike in blood glucose and insulin. Your arteries respond by constricting to control the surge, which increases blood pressure and viscosity. Over time, this pattern wears down your vessel walls, making them stiffer, less elastic, and more prone to clotting. The perfect conditions for a stroke. A 2023 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that adults over 60 who consume more than 1/2 cup of dried fruit daily had a 34% higher risk of small vessel stroke and 20% higher fasting blood pressure compared to those who ate fresh fruit instead. But that's not all. Most commercial dried fruits are treated with sulfites and oils to preserve color and texture. These additives can cause inflammation and oxidative stress in the blood, especially in people with cardiovascular or metabolic conditions. And here's the part. Few talk about dried fruit doesn't fill you up. Because it's smaller and chewier, you can easily eat hundreds of calories without realizing it. That constant trickle of sugar and calories slowly pushes your blood pressure and cholesterol upward, the silent prelude to a stroke. Now, not all dried fruits are evil. When chosen correctly and eaten in moderation, they can provide fiber, iron, and antioxidants. But the key word here is moderation. Here's how to make them safer. Stick to a small handful, about 1/4 cup per serving. That's around 10 to 15 raisins or 3 to 4 dried apricots, enough for nutrients, not overload. Avoid sweetened or candied varieties. Many dried cranberries and mango slices are coated with added sugar. Always pair with nuts or seeds. Healthy fats slow sugar absorption and prevent sharp blood pressure spikes. Drink water afterward. Dehydration thickens the blood, which can worsen the sugar's impact on circulation. Never eat dried fruit before bed. Blood sugar rises while you sleep, increasing nighttime stroke risk. The truth is, dried fruit isn't the problem, it's how most people use it. A little can nourish you. Too much can quietly harm you. So before you grab that bag of raisins or dates, ask yourself, are you eating it for your health or out of habit? Because the line between healthy snack and hidden stroke trigger is thinner than you think. Sometimes, the foods that seem the most innocent can carry the quietest dangers. And the sweetest bite can be the one that your arteries remember the longest. Choose fresh when you can. Eat dried only when you must. Your brain and your heart will thank you for it. Every day, your heart beats about 100,000 times, sending life through miles of arteries and capillaries. And every one of those beats depends on the choices you make at the table. Some fruits protect you. They clean your arteries, calm inflammation, and keep your blood flowing like a gentle river. Others, though they look harmless, can quietly thicken your blood, stiffen your vessels, and turn that gentle flow into a dangerous current. The truth is, stroke doesn't happen overnight. It builds silently, through small daily habits that either heal or harm. The banana you eat too ripe, the handful of raisins you thought was healthy, the extra glass of juice before bed. They all add up. But here's the good news, so do the good choices. A few blueberries each morning, a glass of pomegranate juice, a golden slice of persimmon. These two build up, not into danger, but into protection. Your arteries remember what you feed them. Every bite, every sip, every habit leaves a mark. Make sure it's one that keeps your heart steady and your mind clear for years to come. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, please subscribe to Senior Health Tips and share it with someone you love. Because sometimes, the best way to save a life is to start with a single, simple meal.